Alright, we back with another video. This time we finna talk about Kendrick Johnson and the Kendrick Johnson case.
Let someone come in way higher to handle this investigation.
Only thing that can wake you up in the morning is just to keep pushing.
They reopened Kendrick Johnson case like 7 months ago, and they had a new investigator, and they supposed to been looking back into the case. But let's start at the beginning of Kendrick Johnson case. All right, before we get too deep into this video, I got a few clips from some other creators that reported on this case.
Missing FBI report regarding the security tape hard drive and the blacked out footage. So we looked into finding that report to see if we could locate it, and we did. And what we discovered blew us away. The report follows KJ, Brian, and Brandon's movement throughout the school for the entire day. Not only is this further video evidence that the Bell Boys were on campus when KJ went missing, we found something that the FBI clearly didn't want us to see. Can you see something a little odd? Look closely. There appears to be a frame on both pages that matches. What tipped us off is KJ's yellow folder. We were going through Brian's movements, and all of a sudden, KJ's folder appeared on screen. There's a frame on KJ's side and Brian's side that is identical. The boys are standing seemingly right next to each other in the hallway.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. First block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
The suit suggests the brothers sought revenge for a brief fight between Brian and Kendrick on a team bus.
A year before,
What was that
still
about,
friends.
anyway?
So I can't even remember. It was so small to us, it was ridiculous.
He was found in a rolled up gym mat, and they say that he was reaching for his shoes. I never understood that. Like, why would he have to reach in to grab some shoes when all he had to do was push the mat over and the shoes would be right there? They'll fall out the mat. I never understood that. And then when they exhumed his body, they didn't find his body parts. They found newspaper. Like, that didn't make sense.
Kendrick's body was sent to Florida. The Johnsons hired Dr. Bill Anderson to conduct an independent second autopsy. In that autopsy, Anderson told the Johnsons he'd found evidence that Kendrick died as the result of a blow to the neck and not accidental asphyxia after slipping into a rolled gym mat at school, as investigators in Georgia had said. But what Dr. Anderson did not find shocked them.
We got the body for the second autopsy. That organs, the heart, lungs, liver, etc., were not with the body.
The brain?
The brain, they were all absent.
Every organ from the top of Kendrick's head to his pelvis gone, and his family had no idea.
We have been let down again. And when we buried Kendrick, we thought we was burying Kendrick, not half of Kendrick.
Okay, and then the videos look like as if they weren't intact, as if they didn't receive the full video. It skips around and it never shows what really was going on in that gym and how did Kendrick end up over there at the mats. And then it started off with Kendrick running towards the mat. What was he going over there for? So who was over there? You flip the table, and let's say a little young white kid, young high school kid was found in a rolled up gym mat, and the last two people who were to alleged seen with him were black. You think that case would have went anywhere? You think they would have allowed the two alleged suspects? You would have them in court. You would convict them even if they had nothing to say, or at least it'll be a big trial behind it.
The parents of Kendrick Johnson say that they're disappointed in the new investigation into their son's death. Yeah, that case was reopened earlier this year under a new sheriff and with new evidence and a possible recorded confession.
Kendrick Johnson's parents say it's been more than 7 months since their son's case has been reopened, and they're not satisfied. The 17-year-old, known as KJ, was found dead and bleeding, rolled up inside a gym mat inside the gym at Lowndes High School in Valdosta in January of 2013. A few classmates were investigated but never arrested. The family, community, and forensic professionals have all alleged a cover-up.
We know Kendrick was murdered. We allegedly know who murdered Kendrick.
The new Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk, who was retired when Johnson died, vowed to reopen the case. He did in March.
We haven't heard from the sheriff in really since he opened the case. We talked with him maybe 1 or 2 times or more, a couple more.
In March of this year, the Johnsons say they obtained a possible recorded confession. They turned it over to detectives to be authenticated.
What appears to be a Caucasian male admitting to killing Kendrick Johnson.
I reached out to the Lowndes County Sheriff to ask what work he's done on the case since he reopened it. Have you been able to do any new interviews or review evidence to test things again?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We've pretty well completed our investigation, but we're not releasing anything right now.
His office has 2 separate investigations, one into the death of Kendrick Johnson and another into the authentication of the alleged confession tape, which he tells me has been authenticated.
Their attorney knows we authenticated it, and they also know that we sent them 13 questions we wanted answered from them by registered mail. They have not answered any of those questions. They have not been cooperative in the case. Got it neatly wrapped up. We released the whole thing, and don't think the Johnsons will be happy when we do, but that's not my job to make people happy. My job is to put the truth out there, and I'll put the truth out.
Let go of the investigation. Let someone come in way higher than his office to handle this investigation, because your investigators is not going to uncover something that they helped covered up.
Johnson's parents tell me they want the U.S. Justice Department to take over the case.
Because we know it's going to break, and we're going to find out exactly who all took part of what happened to Kendrick.
Mr. Johnson, originally investigators told you that Kendrick climbed into a gym mat, reaching for a shoe, and got stuck upside down, and that's how he died. When you first heard that, did it sound believable to you?
No, it didn't sound believable at all.